manipulate facts and stretch the truth in her takedown of like teenagers who have come out against her. Absolutely unhinged, especially given that the nature of why she's being attacked in the first place is that she was children. Like, she's an actual, and of course it's the straights that are actually children, not like drag queens that just want to read books. Essentially, she was abusing her power as a YouTube star to attract children, lure them into group chats where she would send rather sexually explicit messages, ask them to do weird, creepy challenges, taking pictures of them putting tampons in their mouths. And then also, there was other private group chats with her brother Corey, who is a real piece of work and like sent pornography to children. And this is on top of like an entire career where she's had really creepy interactions with children and also like abused fans for free labor, and all it points to is her being a consistently manipulative of children, ranging between sexual harassment and borderline assault. Let's get into her apology video. It's a song. I hope you're ready. Let's go.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining.
This is a huge manipulation tactic, but what she's gonna do is a vague, people are saying some things that are not true. And as like the nature of online discourse, there are always going to be cases of people that make exaggerated claims, people that say things about you that are not true. The stuff about her grooming children and like her brother sending pornography to them. She also sent panties to an underage fan as like a joke. That's not okay, even as a joke. But yeah, essentially the tactic she's using here is saying, well, people are lying about me in order to distract from what those lies are, because she's never going to explicitly say what the lies are.
Right? You guys having fun? All aboard!
I'm really not having fun. Like, children were abused. Like, that's not fun. That's not fun, girl.
Toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation.
It's also crazy, like, how catchy the song is. Like, the chorus is super catchy that, like, it's hard to get it out of your head once you've heard it.
Toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train.
Like, she wants to be perpetually in people's head, thinking about, oh yeah, it's the groomer ukulele girl. Toxic gossip train.
Tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past. Cause rumors look like facts. If you don't mind the gaps, I won't survive in the crash, but hey.
Once again, the vague, there are rumors, there are lies out there, without explicitly saying.
Hi everyone. I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things. Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized that they never said that I couldn't sing what I
Absolutely insane. Like, she has lawyers, she has advisors, she has an entire team, and they're like calling, don't say a thing, like, do not talk about this. This might even, like, get her in trouble in, like, the court of law by doing this. Anything you say that you put out in public can be used against you. And, like, that's just gonna make it worse for herself. The insanity of this all, I just can't.
Today I only want to talk about the facts. So,
Facts over feelings, let's go.
I hope that you'll be willing to listen. Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way.
She's saying she did it in a loser way, not like a creepy way. What about like the tampon challenge, where you like asked your fans as part of the Kalini's Weenies Twitter group? That was actually what the fan group was called. Kalini's Weenies, to take pictures with tampons in their mouth, or like asking these children, literal children, what their favorite sex position was. There was another child that she asked to send ass pics. That's not just like a loser. A loser way would be like, oh my gosh, I love how much you love me. Tell me about how much you love me. Like, give me affection, give me attention. No, like that's a groomer way of doing it.
Where I was just trying to be besties with everybody. It's kind of like when you go to like a family gathering, you know, and there's a weird aunt there who keeps coming up to you and going like, hey girl, what's the tea? And you're like, ugh. That was me.
Do weird ants ask you to take pictures with tampons in your mouth? Do weird ants ask you what your favorite sex position is? That's what a groomer ant does.
But in group chats with my fans. It was weird. I've been sharing my life online for over 15 years. I've poured my heart out to you, and because of that I feel like I'm talking to my friends. But in the beginning of my career, I didn't really understand that maybe there should be some boundaries there. There were times in the DMs when I would overshare details of my life, which was really weird of me. I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability.
So right here is her talking about the most mild claim of all the accusations against her. Essentially, she like shared a lot of really intimate details about her divorce with underage fans. Like in the middle of a group chat where they were talking about like homework in school and stuff, and they were all like, "Oh, that's kind of weird. I'm sorry. I hope things get better." And then they like went to talking back about homework and stuff. She's trying to paint the whole story like it's, "Oh, you know, I just didn't have really good boundaries around parasocial relationships." Not like I asked children for sexually explicit content.
That's not very interesting, is it? So let's go on the toxic gossip train. The locomotive's fueled with hateful accusations. The toxic
What's hateful about the accusations, other than like the fact that like it just shows how awful you were to children? Like that's not hate. That's just like people that are genuinely upset about how you abuse children.
steamroll over someone's reputation.
Yeah, don't think about the abused kids. Think about how this is gonna ruin my career. That's what's really important here.
Close your eyes, otherwise you'll realize that the train is made of lies, and that person you despise maybe didn't deserve to die, but hey.
I don't want her to die. Like, people like her need serious psychological help. This is actually an entirely separate conversation. People who are like, if you want to properly achieve a world where the least amount of sexual abuse happens, what you want is to get therapy. That's the best way at stopping them from acting on those impulses. I just hope that she gets a lot of therapy and leaves the internet. That's what she needs. And I just would not trust her around children unless she's had some serious improvement in therapy.
You know, we should hope that everyone can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be
There can be problems with like the wood chipper therapy and rock to head therapy rhetoric surrounding like how to treat pedophiles. If there is so much stigma such that pedophiles are scared to go to therapy and admit that like they need help with this issue because they're afraid that like their therapist is gonna throw them in a wood chipper, like that leads to more pedophiles that are unable to get help. I honestly think that the most responsible rhetoric you can have around pedophiles is just like abusive children is horrifying, and people that have any inclinations like that need therapy ASAP in order to prevent horrifying things from happening. It's a really messy situation, but based off of all of the available peer-reviewed literature that we have on the subject, therapy is the best option we have, and we should be encouraging that to the most extent we can.
What? Oh, you don't care? Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to take accountability, but that's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No. Your goal is to ruin the life of the person you despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize their demise.
Okay, so are you gonna take accountability? If accountability is what they should be seeking, are you gonna take accountability and say that, like, you did a lot of acts that were sexually inappropriate towards children?
She's gaslighting, manipulating. Oh, she's a narcissist and a rat. I would never make a mistake like that.
Yes, I would not make the mistake of grooming children. That's not like a haha whoopsie, I made a mistake kind of thing. That's like a pattern of behavior, the result of deep psychological issues that are untreated. That's not a haha whoopsie moment.
Didn't realize that all of you are perfect, so please criticize me. Bring out the daggers made from your perfect past and stab me repeatedly in my bony little back.
You don't have to be perfect, just like don't abuse children maybe? Like it's a pretty low bar, like to be honest.
I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song. I know you wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that route of admitting to lies and rumors that you made up for.
She's not even gonna say sorry. How crazy is that?
Hey everybody, I found someone new to harass. She did some things that I do not like in her past. So everybody gather round, cause we're about to attack, but not based on facts. Oh no. Your loaded lethal weapon is your fingers on the keys. You don't need any armor when you can hide behind a screen. So shoot me down quick with a click and bam. Her reputation's deceased.
Remember, the real victim of all of this is her reputation, her online career. There was another instance I remember where she essentially like did a YouTube hit piece on one of the children she abused because the kid came out a while back talking about how she was lying and manipulating himself and like abused the situation in which she like kicked him out of her inner circle and like treated them horribly. And there was a leaked call where she was talking with other fans about how she was going to make a hit piece on them and destroy their career and their credibility when, like, the kid was, like, a teenager at the time. Like, she did a harassment campaign against a teenager for correctly calling out her abuse. That was the same teenager that she sent panties to, by the way. Absolutely insane. Oh yeah, she's in like her mid-30s, by the way, so if that helps clear things up for people.
PG-13. It says that on my website, and it's always been that way, and that's why you won't find my videos on the YouTube Kids app anyway.
Insane argument. She's literally doing the it's not pedophilia, it's a phebophilia. If you've ever been arguing with people that, like, are pedophiles on Twitter, you might find this absolute defeater of an argument where they're like, you see, I'm not a pedophile because pedophiles are attracted to children. I'm an ephebophile. I'm attracted to teenagers. To which the response is, they're still underage. Like, they don't have the mental capacity required for sexual consent. Why are you attracted to somebody who's not an adult? That's what the like, go straight to jail. That's literally the argument she's making. Her audience skews a lot younger than just PG-13+. For the record.
I didn't realize it was my responsibility to decide what was appropriate for every kid to see. I've always relied on parents to decide if they're comfortable with their families watching my YouTube videos or coming to my live shows.
You think that parents are comfortable with you grooming children? There was another instance where she was messaging one of the underage fans and, like, trying to meet up with him. She was, like, freaking out about, like, oh, are your parents gonna be there? Is that normal? I'm so confused. Like, the implication of that statement is that she would have acted differently depending on whether or not this kid's parents are there. That just gives away her whole plot that she was planning on doing inappropriate things if the kid's parents weren't there, and that she's not deciding what kids should watch based on what the parents say, but based off of whether or not the parents are present.
Have I made some jokes in poor taste? Yes. Have I made lots of dumb mistakes? Yes.
She has a history of making a lot of, like, sex jokes on her show. There's one where, like, she pulls up someone from the crowd in a very skimpy outfit and says, like, this is pornography. Like, this is porn. There's another one where she, like, spread a girl's legs open and played, like, a farting sound where, like, the entire audience could see her with her legs spread open. On its surface, some of these range from, that's pretty yikesy, to, like, no, that's horrible, you shouldn't do that. Combined with everything else, it just paints a really, really bad picture.
Am I sad that there are some fans who feel betrayed? Yes. But was my intention to manipulate? No.
I didn't mean to groom the children, it was just a whoopsie. Is that what we're going with, really?
It doesn't really matter what my intention was, because it seems as though everyone's already decided on that. Let me tell you, it's not very fun to have millions of people all over the world call you the most vile, horrendous, disgusting, life-ruining words that a person can be called, in my opinion.
As long as you don't, like, sexually abuse children and you're straight, people aren't gonna call you a groomer. Yeah, like, that's the bar for not being called a groomer, is you just have to be straight and not sexually abuse children. You meet one of those bars instantly by being straight. The not sexually abusing children bar, that one's really easy to pass. Like, that one's really easy to pass.
It doesn't matter that these things aren't true.
It's crazy how she says that things are untrue when, like, there are screenshots of all of this. Like, there are tons of Twitter threads dedicated to this. You can look up the screenshots yourself. She's simultaneously taking the position that these were all lies and people are trying to smear me. And also, I made a bit of a mistake, but I didn't have bad intentions, whoopsie. Are they all lies, or did you make a mistake? Like, she's not fully committing to either bit.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats.
Insane. Insane. Her argument for why she's not a groomer is no. That's literally the extent of her argument is no. No, and joking about grooming. Insane. Unhinged.
Not a groomer. I'm just a loser who didn't understand I shouldn't respond to fans, and I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so.
You can respond to fans, just don't respond in ways like asking them what their favorite sex position is, especially if they're a minor, telling them to send you pictures of tampons in their mouths, especially if they're a minor. If a fan sends you, like, a fan message, you can always be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate that.
Because 5 years ago, I made a fart joke.
That's the extent of what she's saying is bad? The fart joke? By the way, the fart joke is the one where she had a girl spread her legs in front of a live audience and then played a fart sound while this girl was wearing a really skimpy dress and no pants on underneath. And the girl was a minor. That was the fart joke. So she's like, okay, the fart joke is bad. But, like, what about, like, the asking kids about their favorite sex position? What about like the tampon mouth challenge? What about the time that she kept on trying to get girls in the group chat to like talk about their experience with periods, just to like share what their first experience with periods was like? It's really, really creepy. Yeah, the girl from the fart joke was a minor at the time of the fart joke. I think she's an adult now. She made like a TikTok about it. You can go watch it. Oh yeah, the cheese ball joke. That was another recurring joke where she would have minors put their hands down her pants and like grab cheese balls out of her crotch.
I still felt it was important to come on here and defend myself a little and take accountability.
What are we taking accountability for? The fart joke? The like I shouldn't have messaged fans? What about the grooming? Like can we talk about that?
To anyone out there who has ever supported me in any capacity, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. For what it's worth, I never had any bad intentions.
Yeah, come on, guys. She didn't have bad intentions. Like, she didn't want to groom children. Like, come on, guys, back off, right? Like, you know, I used to think that, like, she was horrible for, like, sexually abusing children. But then she said she didn't have bad intentions, so, like, I guess that clears it. Like, is that really what she wants people to, like, do? What? You expect people to change their mind because you're like, well, yeah, I didn't mean to, like, sexually abuse children. Like, I didn't mean to ask them about, like, their favorite sex position or their taste in porn. Or, like, redirect them to group chats with my brother who like actually send them porn. I didn't mean to. Destroying the allegations with facts and logic.
I do feel like she...
Oh, I think she fully knows that she is a groomer, but like she's just such a narcissist that like any attention is something that she really wants. I mean, this video has like what's over 6 million views now. Like, she's clearly just a narcissist who loves attention. There have also been multiple instances of like her talking about like in leaked video calls about how she's going to specifically manipulate facts and stretch the truth in her takedown of like teenagers who have come out against her. Like, she's well known. She's admitted to manipulating the facts across various cases and drama that she's been into in order to make herself look better. This is just what she does.
Toxic gossip train, chugging down the tracks of misinformation. Toxic gossip train, you got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train, you tied me to the tracks and harassed me for my past. Rumors look like facts when you don't mind the gaps.
Yeah, stop harassing for my past. Also, I'm taking accountability by saying that I am not a groomer, and the things that people are actually mad about me about didn't happen. That's taking accountability and being crucified for my past.
Won't survive in the crash, but hey, actually...
It's not over.
No. I feel like maybe I should let you guys know something. It seems like maybe you're confused about something. I don't know. Let me try to help. Sometimes people make a mistake and it doesn't make them a horrible person. Whoa.
Was grooming the kids a mistake or was that a lie? Like, which one was it? She's changing the story again.
Sometimes people can make a mistake and they're still a good person. Crazy, I know.
Like, isn't it crazy? I just had a whoopsie like sexually abused children, but I'm still a good person. I didn't have bad intentions. You can trust me. I'm trustworthy.
Sometimes people can make a mistake and you don't have to take that mistake. Oh no, and twist it up and grind it. And...
Yeah, but like, it's not people just taking out a mistake on you, like, if you're not taking accountability for it. She hasn't even taken accountability for the quote-unquote mistake, but, like, grooming children goes way beyond a mistake. Like, there's no way that you can groom children without having intent behind it. How do you send sexually explicit materials and images to children as a whoopsie accident? Like, how does that happen as an accident? Like, my thumb slipped and I accidentally asked kids to put tampons in their mouth and send me pictures of it? That had intent behind it.
And add some lies to it and pulverize it and stab it with knives and ruin a life.
Remember, once again, she's the real victim here.
Sometimes people can make a mistake. It doesn't mean you gotta send them.
I accidentally asked a minor for their address so that I could mail them used lingerie, all the while joking about how if their parents found out, they would not let them watch her anymore. There have been like multiple instances of her being very aware about how creepy her behavior comes off, and like saying that there were like instances in her group chat Colleenie's Weenies where she was like, you can't talk to your parents about this, don't talk to your parents about this, as well as like the instance where she was messaging that one kid and was like, oh, are your parents gonna be there? Like, what, I'm so confused, what's happening? The fact that she's showing an awareness of how parents are not going to be okay with her behavior, that's pretty messed up. Like, that shows that she knows she's manipulating children beyond what parents would think is acceptable. Oh, the intentionality behind everything she did is just so clear. I did everything right and they indicted me. That's her right now? Rick. Oh gosh, it's so true.
Oh, sometimes people can make a mistake and you can kindly let them know and help them to grow.
Yeah, just kindly let them know. Hey, Miranda, I want to kindly let you know that grooming children is a fat fucking L. You know, maybe you know, we all make mistakes, but like maybe next time don't. Like, is that what she wanted the response to be? Like,
What do I know? Fuck me, right?
Absolute insanity. We don't diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.